Welcome back, everybody. Great to have you as always. Excited for this weekend's Cabral House Calls. Love being able to open up that Ask Cabral document that my team puts together each and every week. We get questions that come in, obviously, every single day. What we do is we answer them in the order that they come in. So that is how we make it all work. Of course, if you want to get your question answered the same day, head on over to cabralsupportgroup.com. That's a free private Facebook group. Over 25,000 people there from around the world that just want to be helpful to others and also get help for their own questions. So definitely check that out. All right, let's get into the first question because I do love to be able to answer as many as possible. I always like to say, no research goes into any of these particular questions, just myself being in this industry and seeing now and overseeing well over 250,000 client appointments. And just, again, wanting to give you that experience and say, yeah, we've seen this. Here's how we've helped it before. But no medical advice, no medical treatment plans, no medical cures, no medical diagnosis. Let's see what Brooke has to say. I recently listened to your podcast on fasting and chemotherapy. I got diagnosed with breast cancer and started chemotherapy, trying to implement fasting along with it. Read some studies on the benefits of it reducing side effects. Could you please explain more on how it helps and how I should go about fasting during treatment? Is there other ways I can support my body during treatment? Yeah, so great question. I obviously can't lay out a whole natural cancer-based protocol for you right now. And the reason is obviously that's based on each individual. So what I would say though is I'm happy to help you with this fasting and chemotherapy. I've talked about this on a specific podcast. If anybody wants to find that podcast, you can search it at stephencabral.com/podcast. Or if you ever can't find a show, just ask us at cabralsupportgroup.com. Okay, so the study is actually the clinical research, and it's real and it's great. It was first written by, I believe, Walter Longo. I believe he's the one who should get the original credit. Let's see if I can find the name of his book. Kind of looking on my longevity shelf. I think it's called The Longevity Diet. I think that's his, but I can just tell you exactly what it is. So this was done in mice and then later done with humans as well in a slightly different way, but same results. What they did is they fast the individual 1 to 2 days before chemotherapy. So water diet or the fasting mimicking diet, which is simply 400 calories from vegetables per day and 400 calories from fat. I've talked about this when I did a fasting mimicking diet after my water fast and juice fast, and I just explained all of it. So basically it's just this: 3 cups of vegetables 3 times a day with 1 tablespoon of olive oil at each meal. That's it. That's the fasting mimicking diet. Like it doesn't have to be complicated. Cut up some carrots, some broccoli, some cauliflower. That's what I did. You can do a salad for 1 meal if you want. 1 tablespoon of olive oil. That's your 800 calories for the day. Like very simple, very straightforward, easy to do. So if you don't want to water fast, you can do that. And you do it 1 to 2 days before chemotherapy, the day of chemo, and then 1 to 2 days after chemotherapy. And not only did it dramatically reduce the side effects, it actually helped to, yes, not have the side effects of obviously the pain of chemotherapy, but it dramatically helped to shrink the cancerous tumors, while not affecting other cells as much. And I can't go deep into it. We would love all of you to be at Reimagine Health Summit. That's our live event every year in October. I go in depth in this research, like in depth. So if you sign up to come to our 2024 event, you'll actually get last year's recordings. And I would definitely check this one out, even if it's just for that. But yeah, the results are remarkable. All right, we're going to keep it at that. But if nothing alone, I would recommend that to every family member if they decide to go the chemotherapy route, because it's unbelievable. The cells go into their own hibernation if you start that fast a day or 2 before chemo. So they're not as affected by chemo. The cancer cells can't go into hibernation. They need even more fuel and energy than regular cells. So then they take up the chemo to a much greater degree, and it helps kill them, like to a greater degree, while your cells stay basically hibernating, especially for those 2 days after. So yeah, pretty remarkable. Hopefully that gets you started, Brooke. All right, Lewis is up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. What are your thoughts on goat whey protein? I don't do well with dairy or meat, so it's difficult for me to maintain bulk when strength training. The brand I'm looking at is Mount Capra. It's quite pricey, so I'd like to get your opinion on the products firstly. Thanks. Yeah, so I'm not at all opposed to goat whey protein. I like it much better than cow's whey protein. We've been looking at creating our own, but haven't found the ingredients that we want to also be able to manufacture it at scale. So if we have thousands upon thousands of people using it, we want to make sure that that's replicable and from a clean source that we can get over and over and over. And right now it's just very expensive. So it's a very expensive product. So I just want you to know that. But yes, it can be a very clean product and another way to add more protein. So Louis, for you, you'd use your daily nutritional support. So you get all your vitamins, your minerals, your electrolytes, your cofactors, but it's 15 grams of protein. So you're saying, hey, I want even more protein. I get it. Totally understand that. That's kind of like our mindset as well. So you could add more pea or plant-based protein to it for another 15 grams, or you could add some goat whey protein, your choice, as long as you obviously don't have a sensitivity to it. But since we've run so many food sensitivity tests, we know a lot of people have sensitivities to cow's milk and whey, cow's whey, but goat not as much, sheep not as much. So that's definitely something that we've been looking at for over 2 years. The problem is pricing. It's very expensive, but it can be worth it. It really can. Yeah, it's a clean product. Okay, Thomas is up next. Thanks for all your work. It's been a valuable resource for me in my health journey. I've tested positive for candida and bacterial overgrowth, and I'm doing the CBO protocol, followed by the mold protocol to detox from mold exposure in a previous home. I've successfully alleviated all of the nutritional deficiencies I've developed during the years of dysbiosis. However, I'm unclear on the question and haven't been able to find an answer. What is the proper ratio of vitamin A to vitamin D? I'm hoping to restore my digestive health to the point that I'm able to acquire most of my micronutrients from my diet, but in the meantime, I'm currently supplementing both A and D. So the nice thing is this: there's not a specific ratio that you're trying to find between vitamin A and vitamin D. That's not. What you're trying to get is 100% of vitamin A per day. Usually people supplement with 3,000 to 5,000 IUs of vitamin A and about the same of vitamin D. 2,000 to 4,000 to 5,000 IUs of vitamin D. So just letting you know, that's usually what's supplemented. So they're pretty close to like a 1-to-1, honestly, but they're not used exactly the same. So vitamin A, we can say, oh, it's great for the eyes, it's great for the immune system, it's great for this. Yeah, and so is vitamin D, right? But there's four fat soluble vitamins: A, E, K, and D. And so we don't want to overdo those, which is why, yes, every once in a while, you can make a case for doing 10,000, 25,000 IUs of vitamin A or vitamin D to boost the immune system, but you certainly wouldn't want to do that on a daily basis. My recommendation is the daily activated multivitamin for every human alive, 2 capsules at breakfast, 2 at dinner, or 2 scoops of the daily nutritional support each day. That covers you for all of your fat-soluble vitamins except vitamin D. And then vitamin D, you'll use the liquid vitamin D if you choose to dose it based on your lab results. So you can run the vitamin D test. You can find that at stephencabral.com, or you can run the stress, mood, and metabolism test, and that will give you vitamin D as well. So start with 2,000, start with 4,000 IUs, run one of those tests. If you're between 50 and 80, you're good. Then your level, whatever you're taking right now for vitamin D is good. Or if you're getting sun with that, then understand that it's part seasonal and you might need to add more during the winter. And that's exactly how you find out the right dosage for you. All right. So hopefully that was helpful, Thomas. But I agree. Get the majority of your nutrients through a good whole food diet, but don't forget that you can put your numbers in. Nobody gets all of them. And it doesn't account for exercise and all the other things. So not a mega dose, but a good daily nutritional support or daily activated multi will keep you covered there, along with your daily omega-3 support, your vitamin D, a daily probiotic, and if you can, the daily fruit and vegetable blend. That's what I do. That's called level 2, Foundation Protocol level 2. That's what I use every day. All right, let's get one more question in, right? Yeah, absolutely. This one's from Morgan. Morgan said, I'm said to be an extremely complicated case. Oh, well, we just happen to specialize in very complicated cases because I was one. So I totally get it. All right. I'm 27. I have chronic Epstein-Barr virus, Lyme antibodies, fibromyalgia, SIBO, persistent returning jaw cavitations despite having gotten successful surgery. I've issues in proper detoxing despite having done it for months. I have some high heavy metals. I'm looking into parasites, tested my apartment for mold, and found it to be higher than average, trying to get out within the next couple of months. I do an infrared sauna 4 to 7 times a week, support digestion with bitters, do cold therapy, have the best air purifier in my room, walk daily, drink green and fruits. My kidneys are the weakest and constipation despite magnesium intake. I clear out my nose with nasal spray, but still struggle. What do you recommend? Yeah, so like this is literally what we specialize in, and I totally get you, Morgan. And so think about it. You've got Epstein-Barr virus, Lyme, fibromyalgia, which is inflammation, right, in specific areas. Part of it, well, I'll get to that in a second. SIBO, jaw cavitations, like it's all around the immune system. Your immune system is not balanced. So what do? Right? Like, what do? We need to figure out why is the immune system being dragged down? Okay, so let's look at my case. And again, I can't give any diagnosis, right? But it seems like you have persistent gut issues. Most likely you have leaky gut. So every day you're spilling toxins into your bloodstream. Protein, amino acid strands that are longer than shouldn't be there, bacteria, etc. Okay, so then it turns on the immune system to a greater degree. That exhausts your body. It weakens it. It doesn't allow you then to fight the Epstein-Barr virus, the Lyme, etc. So what we had to do for me, and you might be the same case because we see this over and over, you have to fix the gut first and you have to work on stress. And don't overstress the body, but start to do all of those things. If you haven't read The Rain Barrel Effect, please read The Rain Barrel Effect. It's free. You can go to stephencabral.com and you can find it for free. You just pay the shipping. That's it. I pay for that book now to be printed. And because you're already moving in the right direction, but you need to reduce that sympathetic nervous system stress you're under. And then you need to fix the gut. That'd be my place. If you can, I'd run the Big Five. If not, at least run the starter kit. And you can find those at stephencabral.com/labs. All right. So we're with you. We'll help you. We'll give you the plan. We will walk you through this. But the hard case is we need to find out what's going on at a foundational level to then plug up those holes and then allow the immune system to return back to life. Yes, we can use the daily foundational protocol, the balanced zinc, the vitamin D, the alkalizing vitamin C. We want to use those, right? So the daily foundational protocol plus immunity protocol. And those, again, are all at stephencabral.com/shop, which has everything in our practice. But yeah, we need to take care of that. I mean, we really do. It's very, very important. Okay, because we don't want just short-term, we want long-term results. All right, one more. This is from Joseph. Hey doc, big fan. Thanks, Joseph. One of my family members just finished cancer treatment, chemo, and has tinnitus in both ears. I was thinking he should do the heavy metal detox. Just wanted to know what you think. Thanks for all you do. Okay. Once you get medical clearance after radiation, chemo, etc., we typically, when the body's strong enough, we typically recommend a 21-day equal life detox. So functional medicine detox. Because what we want to do is ramp up the liver and kidneys' own natural capabilities of eliminating toxins to a far greater degree. So we want to fortify the body with nutrients, and we want to be able to exit those things out of the body as quickly as possible, the toxins. If the person is not strong enough to do the 2 fasting days per week, the liquid fast of the daily nutritional support shake, that's okay. We still do it, but we start them on days 3 through 7. Specific shake, plant-based lunch, shake, get all those nutrients in the body, right? And then paleo-style dinner. So they can still do it for 21 days. They would just start with the meal plan rather than the 2 fasting days, all right? So that's exactly what we do. Then, yes, you can move on to, if you want, the heavy metal detox. Thank you, Joseph, for writing in. And thanks also for being a great family member, helping out your family. Because again, this is what we teach at Integrative Health Practitioner Institute. We need to put a health coach in every home. Like, we need someone to be that person in the home that is able to help other people out. Even if they're doing conventional medicine treatments, we need to be able to then add the natural health as well to that. I think that's the best of all worlds. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to be back tomorrow, answer another 5 to 6 of our community's questions. Have an amazing rest of the day. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.